One of the negative side effects of glowing up that they don't often talk about, you get better looking, you lose weight, you start making more money, you get a new job, you're happier, you're doing better in life, is the backhanded compliments are gonna start coming at you sideways. And this used to really irritate me. And I would end up like kind of being bitchy back to people or really defensive because I'm like, don't try that with me. But then you realize, oh, I'm only getting backhanded compliments. I didn't used to get these back when, baddie was down bad. So you actually have to take the backhanded compliments as reassurance, as a sign. I'm actually doing pretty good because people are clearly intimidated. That's why they're trying to make me feel insecure. Whenever anyone is trying to make you feel insecure, it's because they know you have a reason to be confident.
When you lose weight, you will get a lot of compliments, and most of these compliments were never there when the weight was on. They only emerged when your weight suddenly shifted or when your weight suddenly is not there. All these people quietly just were observing you gain fat, and they were just acting like you're invisible. But when you lost the weight, everybody has something to say. Oh my god, I love you more when you lost the weight more than when you were fat. But when I was fat, you acted like I was not there. And you suddenly get 10x compliments about your jokes. The same jokes you were saying when you were fat. The same ones. Okay? Your talk suddenly seems to be 10x funnier. And don't get me started on the backhanded compliments that you will hear from people. Oh my god, you lost a lot of weight. Like they will prevent you from losing more. Like that's enough, don't lose more than this, because who are you to look better than the people around you? You will have a lot of people who are actually happy for you, people who didn't recognize you, and all of a sudden they like the new version of you, and she sounds to them that she's cooler version of you, so they want to get close to, but you were always invisible to them. And other people will think like, no, you shouldn't go further than this, because they are actually jealous of this version of you that's on the table, right? And the funny thing is that you will see through it. You will see through all these people, the good ones and the bad ones. And unfortunately, most of the people that they will talk with you, most of them, bad people, most. Let's say they don't have jealousy in their hearts. They want the best for you. Okay, cool. But 80%, 90% of them, your circle will change. Okay? That's what I'm saying. And no hate upon that. No hate. I'm just making a video so you can relate to what's happening. But honestly, I don't judge them people, because each level in your life should have its own people. You changed, people change around you. Because the version of you that were fat, that were excessively eating, that were invisible, wouldn't be treated nicely. Or if she's treated nicely, it will be by people who are not real people in their core. Because all of a sudden, now you're visible to them. They will change too, and you will change too. You change the circle. That happens with a lot of people. They change the circle when they lose weight. You change the circle when you lose or you change careers. You change the circle when you move to new environment. In another tax bracket, you change your circle. And that's normal. This is life, right?
When I start losing weight, I don't want no compliment. Because the things people say when they see you losing weight is crazy. I'm in the gym, minding my business, by the way, and this older gentleman comes up to me. Now, mind you, I've been going to this gym for about two and a half years. They've seen my progression, so they can kind of see like where I was, where I am now, whatever. He comes up to me and he says, "You looking good, girl. Like, you doing great. Keep going. Them leggings you wearing now, man, they used to be stretched out." And he did stretched out. Sir, I had to go look at old pictures to make sure the seams was still intact. I'm like, what is he talking about? I feel like they were actually my size. I actually need to size down now. But That just made me, it didn't process when he first said it. I promise, it didn't process. It didn't register. I just giggled. But then I registered it and I was like, wait a minute. That was a backhanded compliment. So my whole thing is, don't comment me, please just keep it on the playground, because I feel like you had so much to say back then that you can say now. I don't want to hear it because it's just a whole bunch of backhanded compliments.
Once you lose a significant amount of weight, all the backhanded compliments come in and you start to realize how people used to view you. They never said it to your face before, but then everybody starts, after you lose the weight, they start saying, oh, wow, you look so much better. Like, I didn't want to say anything before, but like, girl, you needed to lose the weight. I've been told so many times, I can't even count, about how much better I look now than I used to, which, like, yes, I agree. I do look better. I feel better. And I needed to go through that transformation. But like, you telling me that I look so much better now is actually just so rude. Like, I appreciate the compliments. Don't get me wrong. When I was bigger, I wasn't getting compliments about my body. Obviously, it makes sense, right? But to constantly be told that now I look so much better and now I'm deserving of this attention and compliments from people, I feel so bad for my old self, and I want to go give her a hug because she deserved the love too. Okay, she deserved compliments too. And I am the same person, whether I lost 140 pounds or not. I am still the same person. And that shit hurts.
One of the best parts about losing weight are the compliments you get. Now, one of the worst parts about losing weight are also the compliments you get. My goodness gracious, why is it so hard for some of y'all to just give us a compliment without talking about how fat we used to be? My Lord, every time. Like, dang, Spencer, you look incredible. I didn't even recognize you. That's all you had to say. Could have cut it there. Perfect. I got it. Nah, that's not enough, though. They got to end it with, you used to be really fat. Do you remember how fat you used to be? My gosh, man, in high school, you were huge. Yeah, no, I remember. I have a phone with pictures on it. I can see what I used to look like. Also, I don't have the memory of a goldfish. I know what the hell I used to look like when I was fat, man. Damn.
Losing weight changed how people treated me, and not always in a good way. Let's clock it, okay? After I lost weight, everybody around me changed. Outside, like my immediate circle of the people that didn't know I was on a weight loss journey, like once they hadn't seen me in a while, and then they saw me smaller, the energy was always different. It's like, oh, what's that? Like, we'll never forget, like 2 summers ago, was it 2 summers? Not last summer, the summer before last summer though. I went out to the bar, mind y'all, in my hometown where I grew up with the elementary, middle school, and high school at. I live in a small town. I went out and people was asking me, where am I from? Bitch, I'm from here. Bro, I'm literally from here. I know everybody in here. Like, we're damn near cousins. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it was like people started to see me more. So there's that. Take that how you want to take that. Now, I did change in some good ways too. Actually, I really can't think of one good way that it changed, to be honest, because people treat me better, but I feel like you should always treat another human good. Like, I should never have to have lost 70 pounds for y'all to treat me good. Like, but I will say I do understand that I'm treating myself better now. Like, I feel like I had to treat me good too. So I'll put that little disclaimer here. But nonetheless, I'm gonna still always treat somebody like a human being. And I feel like sometimes y'all be losing the plot with that. Like, we're all just people, okay? So yeah, I can't think of one good way. Like, I will say I start to feel like a little bit more pretty privileged. I don't really talk about that shit because whatever, that's like, I don't really get into shit like that. But I will say, like, once I lost weight, I definitely started to see that more and see that was a thing. Yeah, if you really want to see how people expose their true colors, start making more money than them, start looking better than them, or start having a little more self-respect for yourself. And that's going to intimidate the people who aren't secure in themselves around you. Like, it is. So they'll weed themselves out, you know, once you start to reach a certain level in life, and once you start to work on yourself and be successful at what you're working on. People don't like that. I don't know why, but they don't like that. They don't like that. The girls did not like that. So yeah, if you have lost a lot of weight or gained, have you noticed any social changes?
You know what I realized? The moment you lose weight, people switch up on you crazy. They switch up. I'm talking family, I'm talking friends, even some guys. They enjoy you and they like you
when you're heavier. And there's nothing wrong with being heavier. I was a heavier woman. I'm still heavier. But the moment you lose weight, people true colors come out. And then they start looking at you like it's competition, but then you always was pressured. So then it's like, then what? Chat. It's real out here. You have family that will switch up on you, and all of a sudden you competition, and you don't even know why they acting crazy towards you. You got friends that hate your guts all of a sudden, and you thought y'all was tight.
When you're on your weight loss journey, something I can almost promise you is that people will get envious of you very, very fast. And it's not even the fact they're envious of the physical changes you're making. They're going to be envious of the fact that you talked about setting out to do something hard, and week after week, month after month, they have no other choice but to watch you do that hard thing. There are so many people who have these vices, these things in their life, whether they be a mental or a physical barrier that they just cannot break through, and they don't break through them, but it bothers them and they talk about it all the time. Meanwhile, you're out here talking about shit and then getting shit done. These people are going to say things like, oh, you just can't have one treat, you can't have one drink, you can't go out to drink tonight. All of these things, or even like, I wouldn't post that if I was you. You know why? Because they cannot do hard shit, meanwhile you can. You are putting in the work and they see that. They have no other choice but to get envious of you, and they want to drag you right down with them. That feeling,
Things people say to you when you lose weight. Hi, my name is Savannah. I've lost 200 pounds. Let's go. Oh, sweetie, you're losing too much weight. Now that you've lost weight, you're just like so self-obsessed. You need to gain a little weight. You need to put on about 10 more pounds. You were nicer when you were a big girl. If you lose any more weight, we're going to have to do something about that. I'm in the 120s now. Oh my gosh, so happy. You need to stop losing weight. Look at your little legs. They're so skinny. Yeah, now you just lost all this weight. You're just a different person now. Yeah, she just thinks she's all that because she's skinny now. You need to stop losing weight. You're going to lose the fullness in your face. You're just such a skinny mini now. You're going to like blow away with the wind. All she cares about is her looks now. She spends about an hour doing her makeup every day.